A colossal monster, a city in ruins, no way out, except inside of the all-electric Toyota CHR. John Cho stars in Escape. Test drive Toyota's new all-electric family today. Toyota, let's go places.
Indiana starts first down at 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, starting off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown.
Rourke going to the single coverage, end zone, touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
Hey, hi, we're back. We were supposed to have some, what do the kids call it? Content over the bye week, but I'm going to take the blame for it. I missed an interview. I'm the one that hits the big button, and we didn't hit the big button this time and did an interview anyway. So it was cool. And then I
also have to take some blame. Just like Coach Sig would say, next man up. I was the next man up, and I didn't do my job. I didn't do my job. I had one job, and I got stuck stargazing.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah, because
literally,
producer Seth, just so you know, didn't produce anything. Other than apparently a really good conversation with Mitchell Page, hole-in-one Mitchell Page, right? So, yeah, man, to go back and listen to that would have been excellent based on what you guys said, how it went. And I was out of town most of last week. And
how was the boys' trip?
It was.
You both look great. You don't
thank
like.
you.
If I went on the type of trip that I heard that you guys went on, I'd be still ragged.
Nah, it was disappointing, I think.
Oh, no.
It was a disappointing trip.
no.
Seth maybe went to bed at the latest, like 10 o'clock one day. Most
it was
of them
colder
did.
when we left here than when we landed, and it was warmer when we landed here than when we left Phoenix.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It was a nice day. Those were nice days. Saturday golf was a little cold in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I got a lot of golf.
It was
in.
football weather. Sounds like it was football weather.
It was football weather in Arizona. Yeah. But no, we had a good time. We had a good time whenever we were together and everybody wasn't asleep. It was a good time. So, yeah, back to what we're here to really talk about, and that is to talk about the matchup against Ohio State.
No one's talking about it.
Nobody.
Literally, you can't find any content.
Wait, I thought this was a bye week. There's a game?
No, that was last week. Yeah,
my God.
There's a game on Saturday at noon Eastern.
You guys need to fire me quickly.
I know. That was cool in Phoenix. The 10 a.m. kickoff was pretty nice. Oh, by the way, Colorado kicking off noon Eastern is 10 a.m. their time. They're playing a 10 a.m. football. Imagine that tailgate, Brandon. We're leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's get down.
No, I do not want to imagine that.
All right.
I'm not like a big like sleep into noon, but like you're a freak, dude. You wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, crush a workout. Like I feel like I'm a normie. Like I'm like get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, roll out of the house at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I feel like I'm normal. Not you. You are a different beast.
Just wait till that other kid comes out.
A little wake and bake in Boulder never hurt nobody.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of wake and bake. All right, so again, back on topic here if we can. Saturday noon, number 5 IU 10-0, 7-0 in conference takes on number 2 Ohio State 9-1 and 6-1 in conference. I did not update that for the college football playoff. I'm assuming they stayed the same. I know we stayed at 5. They stayed at 2. Okay. It's going to take place Saturday noon. I think I already said that like 3 times in the worst place in the entire world. Like Columbus itself is fine, but to be in or around that stadium has got to just be awful. Like sure you can feel it, like just like when you get off the plane and yeah, like you get off the plane in Florida and you can just feel the stick like in the air, just the sticky in the air as soon as you get off the plane in the airport. You feel that, but you feel it with like dirt. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, ick. Yeah. Just lots of ick in the air. It's the stick without the ST. There you go. Everybody, apparently it's going to be on every channel. Every pregame is going to be there. Big Noon kickoff is going to be there. The game is on Fox following Big Noon kickoff. But our boys at College Game Day will be back again to cover another IU game. So, and I'm sure that we'll get plenty of slurs about Big Noon kickoff and from the crowd during game day. So
good.
You'll see. Again, not IU's crowd saying it, so that's good. Ohio State favorite by 13 points per the typical 13.5 sports book that you see. 13.5 on ESPN, 13 DraftKings. I haven't checked anything else. I don't know if FanDuel has it at 13.5 or not, but 51.5 over under. Interested to see the predictions at the end and see where everybody landed. But based on a graphic Brandon sent out a little bit ago in the group, I was pretty close. So, and yeah, so let's get right into it. Again, if you want individual stuff, you want more in-depth on like Will Howard, you want to know, what he does on Tuesday night, you can go listen to episode 209. We did it in like July or something. And that's where
I re-listened to that. I slobbed all over Will Howard's knob in that pod.
I know you did. And I ripped you, I'm pretty sure, for his touchdown to interception ratio in his career, which is not great.
I think I just like Kansas State. I think that's all it is.
They lost me some money last weekend.
They lost me a lot of money this year. So now I don't
don't understand how you lose to Arizona State, but whatever.
Hot Arizona State.
Yeah, I don't like their coach. Let's talk about that for a second. You guys like their coach?
Arizona State's?
Yeah. Have you seen him?
Us. He's like our age.
He is us. He's literally like hates his kicker so much that he told people in a press conference, if you can kick a football, come on out. We're having tryouts on Monday, and had open tryouts after a game because his kicker missed field goals. And then was telling people not to sell tickets to BYU fans. Make sure to check their hat, check their sweatshirt, check whatever they got on when you hand them the tickets. And he's a goof, dude.
My favorite thing about that right now is the Big 12 coaches poll. The two least respected coaches going into the season were Deion Sanders and was it Kenny Dillingham, who are the two favorites right now to win Big 12 Coach of the Year? Deion Sanders and Kenny Willingham.
That's his name?
Deion Sanders needs to be a banned
Dillingham?
I think so.
He needs to do what? Go to the Cowboys? Is that what he said?
Never be spoken about ever.
Oh. I've heard a rumor maybe the Jets will pick him up with Shadur. All right. Yeah, just get him out of my life when it comes to college football. I'm going to let that one sit. All right.
I'm just going to sum up things real quick. I don't want to talk any numbers. If I see any numbers anymore, I want to talk about players. I want to talk about what's going to happen on the field. Normally, if you listen to this podcast, holy cow, Bragg does an incredible job. You should see the amount of numbers that is on our outline. And Bragg, you can go through them because you did hard work, but I don't want to talk about them.
I don't usually talk about them unless we need to compare them to what Ohio State's doing. And they're pretty impressive, but they're pretty much along the same lines as our numbers anyway, offense and defense. I mean, it's almost identical within a few on each one of them. But I do want to go through their schedule real quick because when I was doing it, it was interesting. Unless I tell you otherwise, it's a home game and they won. Akron, 52-6. Western Michigan, 56-0. Marshall, 49-14. They traveled to East Lansing, beat the crap out of them, 38-7. Iowa, 35-7. And then they got their first loss, which was a Will Howard goof, right? First, I guess I didn't put that down as a road game at MSU, but first, probably true road game. Lost 31-32, had a bye week, and then prepared for 2 weeks for Nebraska and held on for dear life in that game, winning 21-17.
That was their Michigan game, and no one's talking about it.
Nope.
Indiana struggled in the second. Indiana struggled in the second half against Michigan. True. That's a fact. Is no one going to talk about how Michigan struggled against a freshman quarterback at Nebraska at home? Is no one going to talk about that? It's so frustrating how people will rip IU for a weak schedule and no good wins and a close or no good wins and all of that, but then they just ignore what the other teams have done equally. And it makes me want to push a fist through the wall like Andy Bernard from The Office.
It's all about the emblem on the, or lack thereof, on the side of the helmet, man. That's all it is. And then they went to Penn State again, a real sloppy game. I looked at that box score today. I didn't watch any of it, but super sloppy on both sides. Purdue spanked them 45-0. I didn't think that game would be that bad, but it was. And then at Northwestern, 31-7. Brandon, you sent an interesting video a few minutes before we got on here. You didn't happen to write those numbers down, did you?
No, I'm not talking numbers.
Okay. Basically, and Seth, if you could tweet that video out, that'd be great. Pat McAfee had a thing. Who was it? Himbo put together some numbers on McAfee's show with common opponents with IU: Nebraska, Northwestern, and Michigan State. So just go. Seth's going to retweet it right now, will be way in the past by the time this gets posted, and it'll be out there. Very interesting, good listen, and might make you feel a little bit better about Saturday if you're not feeling good about it right now. So let's get into it, man. Total offense, 17th. Scoring offense, 12th. Rushing offense, 40th. Passing offense, 31st. As I said, pretty much along the same lines as IU. We had one bad game last week, which took us down quite a bit in rushing. But other than that, we're all very comparable outside of scoring offense, where we're second. Brandon, talk players, talk people.
Yeah, I want to talk about the two games that Will Howard has played in recently in the last month, not against Purdue. He had a QBR against Nebraska, 69. What would you say? Call that
nice?
Also, I would call it average. He had a QBR against Penn State, 70, average. Now let's look at Curtis Rourke. I think everyone will say he had a bad game against Michigan. 44 QBR. His next lowest QBR in the last month, a 88 against who? Nebraska. Right?
He was on fire that game too, wasn't he?
Reese Davis, I think, did a good job on Tuesday talking about common opponents. What producer Seth is going to put out is common opponents. That's really all you can look at, right? And if you want to look at Michigan State, Curtis Rourke, 89 QBR. Let's take a look at Ohio State's quarterback, Will Howard, against Michigan State. I didn't have this in front of me, so give me 10 seconds. 75. 75 is lower than 89. Again, I feel like we can do this time and time again, right? But you will consistently see that Curtis Rourke has outperformed Will Howard in common opponents. Curtis Rourke is having a better season than Will Howard, right?
Yeah.
What is the most important position on the field, Seth?
Quarterback.
Why is no one talking about this in this game? All I'm hearing is about the running back and the defense and the wide receiver. No one's talking about freaking Will Howard on the most important position. And I don't know if we've tweeted this out. Doesn't matter. Can we talk about Ohio State's offensive line? If we're going to talk about offensive numbers,
yeah,
they're starting 2 out of the original 5 offensive linemen. One's been benched, 2's been hurt, but they have 2 of their 5 original starting lineup.
Yeah, and we have
We have three. We're down
we have-
two. We're down two.
what is Carpenter? A Nagurski finalist? Is that defensive line? The finalist on the defensive line. Kamara leads the nation in pressures. Like it's going to be a heck of a challenge for them up front. So yeah,
now I
fun.
was shocked to see that they were only 40th in rushing offense. I would have thought they would have been higher, but I think that has to be probably because of their offensive line.
They ran for like 25 yards against Nebraska, I think. They did not run very well. Maybe 30 something, but they did not run for a whole lot of yardage against them. I think we ran for 200.
And 5 touchdowns. Remember, they didn't allow a rushing touchdown all year.
And we scored a first drive rushing touchdown. Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't there, but I remember.
I mean, I think there's a very real possibility that they could have lost all 3 of those games if things had just shaken out a little bit differently. Those games are much more perilous than I think they just give the win and say, oh, great, it's over. There was a lot exposed in those weaknesses in those 3 weeks. They seem to have righted the ship with, I think everybody gets healthy against Purdue. And they came out kind of slow at Northwestern, but really just ground them down over the course of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
call that a slump buster.
Right.
I think they had 2 blocks.
They have slump buster.
Yeah. They had 2 blocked punts, I think. One of them was knocked out of bounds at the
1 yard line.
1 yard line, and they scored immediately after that. And I think they had another blocked punt or another special teams touchdown of some sort.
Correct.
So, I mean, I'm not going to say they're playing bad. I don't ever want to say that when you got Quinshon Judkins or whatever his first name is, Travion Henderson, Jeremiah Smith is incredible. This guy's going to be a problem.
Best receiver in America already.
He's insane. Absolutely insane.
But what about Nick Marsh? They're going to get there.
Oh, never. I forgot about Nick. Come on, Nick.
But my point is, Jeremiah Smith's going to get his. He's going to make a few plays, whether they're big plays, whether they're big third downs, whether they're in the red zone. Good teams are allowed to have good players. Good players are going to make great plays. That's going to happen, right? It did for Michigan State. And what did IU do? Play right through that.
Shut it down.
Play right through it, right? Yeah. Don't get your head down. Don't, as a corner, as a secondary player, memory of a goldfish. Those things are going to happen. It's okay. You're not going to shut out Ohio State. You're just not going to do that. They're going to find the end zone.
Change my prediction. Okay.
But
yeah, I agree. I think that 10-0 at Ohio State, though, would be quite different than 10-0
agreed.
At Michigan State. Can't allow that to happen, but I'm with you, dude. The dude's going to make some catches, and Egbuka's going to make some catches. Although, again, I think he's having another bad year for him. Not bad overall. He'll still get drafted, I'm assuming. But, man, he was supposed to be, 2 years ago, right? So that's supposed to be just the next big thing. And he was supposed to be the big thing this season. So,
he's got 49 and 162. He does have 8 touchdowns. So the yards and receptions aren't overly impressive, but I mean, there's a likelihood he gets 10 receiving touchdowns.
Did you say 100? He only has 100 yards receiving?
612.
600. Okay.
No, I said the catches and yards aren't overly impressive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. He's only averaging about 60 yards a game and, about a half a dozen catches.
Yeah. It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But just, I think the expectations for him were supposed to be through the roof. So, let's move on, Seth, unless you want to talk any more of their offense. You've probably watched more Ohio State than anybody here.
Yeah, McLaughlin going down as the center is a huge deal. He tore his Achilles, I think it was on Tuesday. So he was
an All-American.
Right. The guy who they're probably going to move in at center was probably the right guard. They're probably going to bring in another replacement guard for him. So it's going to be a lot of shuffling along the line. But they all have experience. That's the thing is, yes, they're backups. Yes, they're third string some cases, but they've played. And they've played a lot of blowouts, so they've gotten in games. So these aren't guys who are playing their first snaps or anything like that. These are guys who are going to have some pedigree to them.
Now, the right guard was a center. He was a center, got demoted to right guard, and is now being forced to go back and playing. So I don't know. Where's the mental game in that, right? If you can get to him, if you can bull rush him a few times,
there will be a bad snap. There will be a bad snap right now. I'll tell you right now. At least one bad snap in that game. Whether or not that causes a turnover or anything, I think there's going to be something there. I mean, he's going to have CJ West and James Carpenter down, like just running him over all the time. Yeah, I guess either way, even if he was at the guard position, then the backup guard has to deal with either one of them too. So same thing. All right, let's talk defense. Their defense, statistically, very good. Second in total defense, first in scoring defense, sixth in passing defense, fourth in rushing defense. Again, pretty good players all the way across the board. They have, if you go back and listen to that episode, they have what I would consider maybe the best player of all time. And Caleb Downs at the safety position. That guy is an absolute freak as a true sophomore. I wish he would have stayed at Alabama. But, I mean, you'll know the names. Jack Sawyer, who was a linebacker, right? But now they've got him on the edge. At least he's listed as a D end. Seth, that TJ
Tuamaloa.
There you go. He's still there. Cody Simon, you guys have heard that name. Denzel Burke, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
On one of the corner positions. But again, none of their corners and none of their tackling numbers at least really jump off the page to me. Two of the top three leading tacklers on their team are from the safety position. Go to IU's. They're linebackers. Both of them. It's our boys.
And both teams run a 4-2-5, so it's not one of those things where it's completely different defenses or anything like that. It's pretty similar.
Yeah. So it's a little bit weird. Brandon, do you want to talk about their defense? What to expect?
Do you know how many offensive touchdowns Penn State and Nebraska scored on this defense? Total? One total touchdown Penn State and Nebraska put on. It was a 1 yard touchdown run. Oregon happened to put up 3 touchdowns. They put up 3 touchdowns. 2 of those on the ground. So if you just look at touchdown, Purdue obviously got 0 touchdowns. So their rushing defense, while 4th, they've given up some rushing touchdowns. They've given up exactly 1 passing touchdown against Oregon, Penn State, and Nebraska. You're saying 2?
2. I've got Gabriel.
Evan Stewart and Tez Johnson. Okay. The Tez Johnson one was nice.
It doesn't matter. That's impressive. I mean, either way, 1 or 2, it doesn't matter against those offense. Well, Nebraska's offense is what it is, but Penn State.
But they have a lot. But other side of the coin, you see how many field goals were kicked? So many this game is going to be won on 3rd down. Ohio State was able to was able to achieve to get off the field on 3rd down. If IU wants to win this game, they have to go 50% on 3rd down. They have to go 6 of 12, 5 of 10. They cannot go 1 of 10. They can't go 2 of 12, right? They cannot settle. You will not beat Ohio State by kicking field goals. Nebraska found that out. Penn State found that out. Oregon, who ended up getting 3 touchdowns, beat them. So red zone, 3rd down is what I'm going to watch against this defense. Because I think it was Bragg who said, or maybe it was Seth, a few things changed in that Penn State-Nebraska game. Could be different.
Yeah.
Nebraska turned 1 touchdown instead of a field goal. It's going to overtime. If Penn State had 1 less turnover, this game's going to overtime.
Yeah, they had a shot. 4th down from what? The 3?
Yeah.
Something like that.
The margin for error is so small against teams like Ohio State. Teams that have the 2nd best defense, a top 20 offense, it's there. They're not unbeatable. They're absolutely not unbeatable. And what IU has been good at, go look at the team stats on ESPN. You can do it on your phones. Go to team stats and look at IU's red zone offense and look at IU's third down offense. I believe in Shanahan. I believe in Tino. I believe in Signetti that we can go 50% and that we will kick more touchdowns and field goals.
Score more touchdowns than field goals.
That's what I meant. I'm riled up, boys. I'm riled.
He is riled up. He's riled up. That was a great breakdown. Seth, what do you have?
Yeah, you named 6 key defensive players. None of the ones were the 5 that I had written down. I had the other 5 guys written down, the 2 defensive tackles, the Sonny Styles, who might be the most athletic linebacker you'll ever see. Latham Ransom, who's been a starter for, I think, 4 years now, been there forever. Jordan Hancock, who's a great nickelback corner. And they've got one of those guys with those impronounceable last names, Igbaheni or something like that, who's the opposite
Nickelback
corner.
is back. Nickelback is back.
So they have a bunch of guys all over the field. And I will tell you, all 11 starters, they'll show you on the 4-2-5 when they introduce the defense, all 11 starters will be on an NFL roster. Every single one of them. There will be depth pieces as well who will end up on NFL rosters. That is what you are going up against. The one thing, and we wanted to make this very clear on the Dylan Gabriel thing, is Dylan Gabriel went for 341 and 2 TDs against him. He is a comparable quarterback to Curtis Rourke. And I rewatched that game last night. They went after Denzel Burke time and time and time again. There must have been 7 or 8 direct targets where they said, there is something about this cat that we can go after and we can exploit. And they did it. Evan Stewart is a hell of a receiver, and Tez Johnson is one of the most phenomenal athletes on the West Coast. But IU has some ballers too. And if they can find whatever that matchup is to exploit, it doesn't have to be Denzel Burke. I'm not saying, he's the guy you have to go after, but if they can get those matchups where they can exploit them, I mean, hot damn, you gotta like your guys' chances.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. I mean, we're not trying to, be fear mongers or anything and like freak everybody out from even watching the game. But I mean, these are 2 incredible. It'd be like IU playing IU. Like that's a scary matchup. The difference is this other IU team has won multiple national championships, plays in a stadium that fits 90,000 people, and is going to be electric on Saturday. Man, you just don't kick yourself, and I think we've got a pretty good shot. So that's all we're going to do there. Then we'll skip ahead and do some IU players to watch, and then we'll take a quick break, and then we'll wrap up with the back end stuff. But let's start with Seth. Seth, who are you watching? Offense.
Yeah, this answer for me was an absolute no-brainer. It's Mike Shanahan. He needs to have a great first 15 script that allows the line, the skill players, and the QB to be immediately comfortable. You got to get OSU has given up points on opening drives before. Again, it's about converting 7 rather than 3. OSU quick question. Yeah.
Before you go too far, I've been thinking about this. Do we just take a shot? First play of the game, just take a shot. Like
if you get second and 1, second and 3, go deep.
First play.
First
play.
Okay.
It depends. It depends on your idea of shot. I would love RPO deep inside slant to Surratt. If it's a handoff to Ellison and it gets 3 yards, fine. But you have one of those option routes instead of a 3 to 5 yard slant, it's a 7 to 10 yard slant. And if it's there, let it rip.
Yeah. Because all you have to beat is a safety at that point.
Now, if you want like a 3-step drop, Omar Cooper run a go, I don't like that. I don't like that kind of shot. I am not a fan of that kind of shot.
I was thinking more Surratt's touchdown against Michigan, where he had the little stop and go, just a quick little stop and go, and then hit it. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, it's all going to be dependent on coverage too. So.
Yep. So the one thing you can absolutely be sure of is OSU will make corrections. So he has to have those counter punches set up to exploit that with anticipation what those Buckeye adjustments are going to be focusing on. So you have to have that A move, and you have to have that counter B, and you have to get to the B while they're still focusing on A. He needs to have a great halftime session where he instills the confidence in the offense that they need to hold on, and make those additional adjustments. And finally, he has to be willing to play calls to go for the win. Yeah. This is a team that will not go away on their own. You have to take it from him. And he has to be willing to make that play call, like you guys were just talking about, that you go for the kill. You absolutely have to have a kill streak in you. And Mike Shanahan needs to be that guy who's putting the players in the position to ultimately succeed on Saturday.
What is going on? Bragg is testing out screens while we're live on air. This isn't distracting at all.
I didn't know it was actually doing it on yours too, so that's cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I don't know how producer Seth actually kept that together. That was very. He doesn't have the ADHD like I have, because I was mesmerized by it. For me, I think Shanahan's a great call. I think we've shown we've done both. We've come out fast and we've come out slow. So yeah, I do think there's a considerable amount of pressure on Shanahan and a lot of eyes. I mean, let's talk about that. He's got to be one of the hottest coordinator names in the entire country. If you don't think there isn't a dozen schools looking at him for this game, I think you'd be crazy. He's going to be heavily watched and praised or criticized for his game plan against Ohio State. So I think Shanahan's a great call. I'm going to cherry pick, man. Rourke looked like an All-American Heisman player first half against Michigan. And he got rattled. Just like you guys said, Ohio State is going to make changes. Michigan made changes. Rourke needs to power through those. Now, he also needs help. I mean, again, I've been on here saying Rourke. I've said it 3 times on this show. I've probably said it 3 to 5 other times in past shows since Michigan. He struggled. His wide receivers also didn't help him at all. 2 to 3 crucial drops. 2 that would have been first downs. So his
would have put it at the 2.
His receivers did not help him at all. But this game is on Rourke. He has every shot to show that he is the better quarterback than Will Howard. He has every shot to show Ashton Genty who, Travis Hunter who, I am a Heisman winner. Me, Dylan Gabriel, okay. He had a good game. He did. Dylan Gabriel had a good game against Ohio State. I can too. I'm the Heisman here. This is why I came back to play one more year, is to do this. I just spoke about Shanahan's all eyes on him. How many, all 32 NFL teams going to have scouts at this game? Betcha. Yeah. Betcha every single NFL team. Could Rourke see himself go from a day 3 to a day 2 pick? I think so. I don't think there's not a shot for day 1, but I could see him move up into the 4th round if he has an absolute game that I think we all think he can have. So for me, it's Rourke, and the plays within the plays is how's he reading the RPO? How is he? Because when he's cooking on the RPO, he's cooking. He's cooking. Man, he made about every wrong. He in that second half in Michigan, he was given when he shouldn't have gave. He was throwing when players were covered. He was not reading the RPO, which then made IU mostly in that entire 4th quarter, they stopped with the RPO, and it was just run play or pass play. And IU's offense was not the same. IU's offense was not the same when it had to be either a pass play or a run play. So the RPO game is going to be so vital, and that all hinges on Curtis Rourke.
Turn your mic back on.
That'd be a good start. I complimented you guys too. So what I said was both of your guys were really good and took 2 of my 3. So I'll just say the entire wide receiver group, I think that it's going to be spread around. I think this is a spread around game. I think both Miles get involved. You got Keyshawn, you got Coop, you got Zach, you got Surratt, obviously, I just think that we got to spread it. And I think that it's going to be huge on them. Obviously, I know that another one I had was the running game, but I think that we're going to almost pass to set up the run in this one quite a bit because they're going to be tough to run on and have been all season. So let's move on. Defense, again, I don't think this should be a super hard one. So we'll start same order. Seth, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be really brief this time because you guys already dug deep into this, and that it's CJ West and James Carpenter. With Seth McLaughlin being out, with the guards being moved around, you have to be able to hold up against the run and the pass. They have two great running backs. They also have Will Howard, who is a very accomplished scrambler and runner. He's big too, like 6'6", 220 something. So you're going to want to be able to contain him, have really disciplined pass rushes. I've said this before in our text group, and I said, Will Howard may lead the Buckeyes in rushing yards, and that could be either a really good thing or a really bad thing. And how you're able to contain him, and especially using the D tackles to then allow the D ends to be a little bit more, kind of bloodlust. Let the backers come, maybe some of those off edge blitzes from nickelbacks. I think that's where you can really.
Nickelback is back.
I think that's where you can get some advantages. So it all starts up front and in the middle, and making it very uncomfortable in front of Will Howard's face. Get right in his grill.
Brandon.
He's turning into one of my favorite football players. I can't believe we're going to get another year of him. I hope so. I hope we get another year of Aiden Fisher. What I think is absolutely vital is him stopping or making it a 4 to 5 yard run instead of an 8-9 yard run. Because Bragg talked about taking shots. You do not want second and short, because Ohio State will absolutely dial up a 20, 30 yard play. You want to keep them on script or behind script. You do not need to keep them or you do not want them ahead of script, because that's when they get dangerous, very dangerous. So, Aiden has been so incredible. He's been the lifeblood of this defense. The episode about him on the journey on Big Ten, if you haven't watched that, watch it on YouTube, watch it on your TV. It is absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be watching Aiden, because while he doesn't make every play, I've criticized him certainly in stadium. Aiden, you got to make that tackle, or Aiden, you filled the wrong hole. He still makes the right the wrong gap. He still makes the right play 80-90% of the time. And we're going to need that 100%. We're going to need him to be a leader, especially because, what did I say 15 minutes ago? They're going to get a chunk play. They're going to get touchdowns. It's his job to keep the defense focused and eyes on the prize. And I couldn't be more confident that we have Aiden Fisher wearing the green dot, calling the plays for the Indiana defense.
I'm going to take his running mate. I'm going to go Jalen Walker for a couple reasons. One, I think that he can make some plays, especially on some of those offline blitzes on what Seth was talking about. But also, I think he'll be the one that's assigned to shut down Will Howard if he tries to get out of the pocket. And if you want somebody that's going to be able to keep up speed-wise, probably outrun him, honestly.
They run so many screens.
Take him.
They run so many wide receiver screens, running back screens, tight end screens. You know who blows that up? Linebackers.
Yeah. And Amari. And TJJ.
Right. But hopefully before it gets to Amari and TJJ, it's Jalen Walker blowing that up. It wouldn't surprise me if you saw, this isn't a Brando's Rando, but this is just a genuine question. Do you think we see over under 5 screens Saturday? I feel like that's a good number.
I would say you're right at it for me.
Yeah. It's a really good
number. You would
have
said 4.5. I would have said over, but yeah.
Yeah. They run a lot. They're honestly a lot of wide receiver screens, a lot of the tunnel, a lot of where the linemen are already blocking downfield. So yeah, Jalen Walker is a great call. I mean, honestly, I'd say on the field, he's probably more important than Aiden Fisher. I think the impact Jalen Walker can have on this game is probably greater than Aiden Fisher, but Aiden Fisher, is the captain.
And I think you have to mention Pons and Johnson with the wide receivers. I mean, it's just it's taken for granted, but
yep. Yeah, Ponzi's this will be a big challenge. And he's lived up to everyone so far. So we'll see how he does with this one. All right. Yeah, we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. Okay. That's enough of that. We're back. Randos time. Please tell me you don't have like 29 minutes of randos like you did last time.
I do not. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I think we all know what's on the line for Saturday. It doesn't need to be belabored as much as we have over the past 45 minutes. So I'm going to zig a little bit. And first we'll start with the bad. Then we'll get to the good. And Bragg, I want to hear you first. What are your 3 most favorite wins, team wins, that you've ever experienced, in person or on screen?
We're
going to start negative. Anyway, and the 3 worst losses. Sorry, we're starting negative and ending positive.
Those are easy. Ohio State 2017 at home when the goal line stopped basically by then. We had 3 or 4 shots at the goal line or maybe it was a 2-point conversion I can't remember which one it was, but either way, it was the last second thing. Pinstripe Bowl, that one hurt a lot. I was there. That was really tough with the field goal. That was good. That was not good. And then,
come on. This is an easy one.
Is it? I mean, the 2010 Super Bowl would be another one.
No, and IU, the Tennessee
just
bowl
IU.
game.
Oh, Tennessee. Yeah, of course.
The Tennessee bowl game. And then I'm with you on the Ohio State game. The other one for me for IU football was a Tevin Coleman swing pass.
Against Minnesota.
That changed the whole season.
Yep.
I feel like
we were going to win. We were going down to score. Yep.
it's
been a
now.
lot.
It's not misery for me. You'll enjoy this.
Yeah. Okay.
Bears losing to the Colts in the Super Bowl. The double doink against playoff game against the Eagles, and that damn Packers game from Sunday was pretty much a gut punch.
The entire Bears season was a Hail Mary.
Oh, I'm so over the Hail Mary. That doesn't even hurt anymore. Oh, LOL.
At least you guys didn't lose to Tebow in the playoffs. And then there's obviously for the basketball side of things, losing to Syracuse. I mean, that was that was brutal. Wins. Okay. Let's go wins first. Bragg, best wins. 2002
Duke. IU Duke, Sweet 16 game, I think that was. Seth wants me to say the Watt shot, and I'm not going to say it. I was there just so everybody knows. 2019 bucket game at Purdue, double overtime win.
What about the game, the Penix stretch play, Penn State?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ones that I was at. Yeah, man, that whole season felt so fraudulent to me, that entire season, just because of the COVID situation. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The Cubs World Series isn't up there for you?
Yeah, that was a
Thursday
great
night in
game.
November.
I went back and rewatched that game just a couple weeks ago, and holy cow, that was
It was a great game.
that was not as intense, or that was way more intense than what I
Yeah.
remembered. I was very calm for some reason during that game, but holy cow, yeah, good call. You should probably prep us with those questions next time.
No,
Yeah.
they're so much better when they're just off the cuff. Way better
I
content.
got some great ones, man. Like, but I just need some time. I've been in a lot of really good buzzer beaters and last second field goals and Hail Marys and
Seth,
last
what about you?
second 3-pointers.
The Carson Edwards Ryan Klein game against Tennessee. The Cubs winning the World Series, and then I can't even remember who we beat to go to the Final Four last year.
Arizona.
Shut up. Because of that, I'm bringing up Auburn and Purdue in the Elite Eight. How about that for you, pal? Carson
Auburn.
Edwards. It was Auburn.
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, bring up
Yeah,
Virginia.
That was so bad.
Virginia.
The travel at half
There's
court or
lots of
whatever.
stuff.
Diakite.
Teardrop.
For me, obviously, Santonio Holmes in the end zone. Steelers over Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible. Sidney Crosby's first Stanley Cup against the Red Wings, which was an incredible 7-game
Panthers
series.
game 7. I don't see. I needed time. I had game 7 Stanley Cup winner last year. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then again, like I said, it was the IU football over Penn State. Winning over Penn State means a lot to me. Someone from Pittsburgh, and then obviously the Watt shot. I tee all this up. I bring all of this up. Why? Where will Saturday mark as either a win or a loss? Because for me, regardless of this game, regardless of the outcome, it's going to be one of the worst losses, or it's going to be one of the best wins.
It has
Just
to be
because,
doesn't it?
Do what?
Doesn't it have to be number 1?
Oh, wins for the football.
wins.
Yeah.
For me, it's 2. Nothing will top the Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl for me.
Oh, okay.
But this could be the second best win I've ever seen. Ever.
My problem with a win is it's going to cost me a lot of money. A lot of money, and canceling family plans, and first round of the playoff is on my wife's birthday, so that'll be fun.
Everyone will understand. Everyone
Yes,
will
they will.
understand.
If so, there is a slight like, yeah, there's a really, really bad bads. There's really, really good goods. And then there's just a little sliver in the middle. Little sliver. If we lose this game in heartbreaking fashion, we should, based on what everybody's saying, still be okay to make the playoff, which is what I want anyway. I do not think it's a must win for that situation, but that does not mean that I do not want to win it. This would be, for me, probably number 1 until the next game. Like, it would be insane because I hate these people.
You do. I don't like Ohio State, but I don't have the vitriol that you have.
I have been to too many games in my stadium where they have taken over, not over the last couple of years, but in the last, starting as a season ticket holder in 2010. I mean, all of those games pretty much up until 2019, it has been what everybody makes the jokes about. And they are loud and obnoxious and uneducated, and it's just terrible. And they smell so bad. Seth?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Just being around them is awful.
Just the worst people. Yeah. All right, what's next?
That's all I had, gentlemen. That's all that matters is the win and loss in this game. There doesn't need to be a Columbus. What's your favorite bar there? We don't need to have randos on like, what's your favorite IU Ohio State memories? Like, I could have done the dozen randos, nothing matters. Nothing matters in this game but the win or the loss, and that's all I have on my mind. I am single-minded focus on this.
What is your opinion? Do you share the same opinion as me on close loss?
So here's what I'll say. We don't know what the committee thinks. If IU gets blown out, that will be insufferable. And if IU gets blown out, I still think they're in. I think the sweat's real. I still think they're in.
I won't watch TV or be on social media.
Nope. I will. Yeah, I will be as offline as humanly possible. You get to be offline. I think a close loss guarantees a home playoff game. I think if this is 23, I think if this is exactly how the Penn State game goes, and we lose by one possession, whether that's 3 points or 7 points, I think we have a home playoff game.
I'm going to caveat that by saying if it is a close loss, it's going to be a bad day to be a Purdue Boilermaker the following week because Signetti is going to absolutely lose his mind.
It could be 70-0. It could be, guys, we need to go and show that we did last week with a close loss. If it was a home game, we would have won. Agreed.
Please do it and rid us of Ryan Walters.
What? You know what?
Okay.
Let's win by
I don't want to talk about this. I had this as a rando.
No, let's not do it. Then
let's talk.
do it.
We have to. We have to. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. Oregon beat Ohio State by 1. If Indiana wins by 1 point or 10 points, Indiana has to be ranked above Oregon.
No.
Seth.
No.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense otherwise.
No.
Oregon won at
Texas
home.
will be number 1 before IU's number 1.
Yeah, and strength of schedule they'll lean on. It's just
at this. Well, I mean, you can't lean on it anymore. You can go non-conference, which our coach didn't set up. You can go non-conference, but then you can go in conference. But again, we don't pick the conference schedule.
And
we also played
last year's ratings. Every single team that you've played was a bowl team last year for the most part.
We
Washington national championship
game,
Michigan national champion, Maryland was 8-5. Rutgers was a
Nebraska went to a bowl game. No, they weren't.
Nebraska was 5-7. Northwestern. Sorry,
Northwestern was 8-4. I think. Yeah. I mean, we don't make the schedule. We looked at it. We can go back and look at it.
And everyone thought Nebraska was going to be 8-4 this year. So good.
Yeah.
But it's easier to shit on IU than it is to admit they were wrong about Nebraska.
That's also no one's talking about if IU wins, how they should be number 1 in the country. Okay, I'm done.
I love
cut
that.
me off.
I love it.
Pull my plug.
Okay.
All right.
Don't even want to talk about that.
All right, here it is. The CFP, I'm not going to talk about it because, as we've talked about before, it is just engagement, rage baiting, all that hyperbolic bullshit.
Talk about Joey Galloway trying to bench Rourke. Right,
exactly. All that stuff's just absolutely ridiculous. People are just desperate for ratings. It's all nonsense. And you're seeing the homerism for conferences and the alumni that the people went to. And it's like, oh, Joey Galloway, an OSU alum, suddenly hates IU. Or SEC guy suddenly thinks Big Ten? Maybe not so legit no mo. It's all
Booger
this
McFarland carrying the flag.
Yeah, baby. Booger. Super Bowl champion.
Yeah. So here's what I was thinking about. We talked the other week about how kind of the Big 12 and the ACC are essentially poverty leagues at this point, and how it's kind of bogus that they get these automatic bids at 3 and 4. Everybody is shuffling down. IU is 5, but ends up getting the 7 slot. All this kind of
that'll
stuff.
Be changed. That'll 100% be changed.
Thank you. You're getting exactly to my point here. Is that the CFP and the Super Conference model is nothing more than an ill-conceived cash grab. Everyone's just sprinting as fast as they could to the buckets of money that they thought were going to happen. But what they've really created is this giant non-conformity. Is the conference that you are playing in, the 10 conference or 9 conference games that IU plays, can be a completely different set of 9 teams almost that somebody else plays. and you can have one crossover at this point. You can have, the schedule that I haven't looked to see exactly who it is, but you can see a world in which IU plays 9 teams and Washington plays 9 teams, and they only have one mutual opponent in a conference. And so when they're talking all this SEC mumbo jumbo about, we should have a 3-loss team should jump a 1-loss IU and all this stuff, and everyone's postulating for this. What is the over-unders? How quickly that change gets made? That they have to start making major augmentations. Is it this season?
This season.
Next year. Yeah.
You
guys want to hear our Big Ten schedule next year?
An SEC team will get left out. An SEC team will get left out, and that will be corrected.
And Boise State will get a bye, and somebody will lose their goddamn minds.
Yeah. There's no way the SEC, or let's not leave the Big Ten out of this. The Big Ten won't be happy with them, because the Big Ten believes they should have 3 bye teams.
Right.
4 of the top 5 ranked teams
right now are Big Ten. Yes.
And Big Ten is saying we deserve 3 byes. We deserve 3 byes.
And the SEC is saying that a 1-loss IU team should negate, the other 3 should just stay and IU should fall off, which I think is just an absurd theory. Okay.
That's all I want to talk about next year's problem with the schedule. You ready for this?
Sure.
Non-con, Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State.
Oh,
good.
And then
right, yeah.
Conference, Illinois, Michigan State at home, UCLA at home, Wisconsin at home, away at game. Iowa, at Maryland, at Oregon, at Penn State, at Purdue. Two of what people would consider to be tough games next season. Right now.
And then
maybe
bunch of
Illinois,
those top middle,
yeah,
5
Illinois,
8
Wisconsin,
yeah,
Maryland,
Iowa potentially if they have a new coach.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'd love Iowa. I'd love Iowa with a new coach, please. But I mean, it's going to happen again. If we're good again, it's going to happen again. 3-0. We're going to win by 70 points in all 3 of those first games. Like, Kennesaw State is awful. Old Dominion, I don't know how they're doing. And we know Indiana State, if they can get beat down by Purdue, then it's going to be real bad.
Oh, hold on. I had one other fun fact is all 4 of the schools that have owls for mascots have fired their coaches.
Ooh, Temple, Kennesaw?
FAU, Rice, and Kennesaw.
Down bad for the Owls.
Man,
Owls down
FAU,
bad.
I forgot. That was our boy. Brandon.
Do you know who they're looking at hiring?
Tom Herman.
Who?
Ray
Shanahan?
Lewis.
Wow.
Dion model. There was an entire article on ESPN Nation or whatever they call their private.
Yeah. He's not
stuff.
Attached to that universe. Neither
is
Dion.
Miami.
So he is Miami, and they're Boca. So
yeah.
All right, predictions.
No. Yes. Okay. God. Okay.
I don't know if I want to go first or last. I usually go last. We'll stick with it. Seth, go ahead.
Ohio State 27, IU 14. It's close enough to stay in the CFP.
I don't think that's close enough. All right, Brandon. No.
I see the wheels turning.
No, he's crying.
24-23 Ohio State.
Oh
we have
my God.
We have a walk-off field goal for Ohio State, and I cry. You see me cry in your basement. Your wife, your kids, my wife, my son see their 36-year-old man crying. Brandon. 24-23 Ohio State.
Oof.
And we're on here saying how we kicked 3 field goals.
Are you ready? Are you guys ready for this?
2 touchdowns, 3 field goals. We kick a field goal to take the lead, to take the lead 23-21. They go down, kick a field goal, we lose, and I full on man cry.
Yeah.
Bragg's going to say 33-3 IU. I know it.
Ohio State 23, IU 24. Not even kidding. That's why
I'll also cry, but like happy tears.
Yeah. That's
And
why
then
I
you and I will go on
10.
to take 6 straight fireball shots.
I'm
and pass out 2 hours. Passing out 2 hours later. I will be, if that happens, if we win 24-23, I will be asleep on your basement couch by about 6:15.
I'm gonna go.
No
I'm gonna
question.
put a bet in. I'm gonna put a bet in on it. I bet you those astronomical odds. Those are crazy. I'll do it at some point.
It's plus 400. I checked this morning. I don't know if it changed. So I looked about 12 hours.
Exact score. Is what I'm going for. I don't know if I'll be able to find
that's a mortgage payment. You put like $20 on that, and that pays your mortgage.
Yeah. All right. We've said, I think, what we needed to say, right? Let's get out of here under an hour.
For the love of God, please. Everybody wants you to beat Ohio State except for the SEC. Everybody wants to see Ohio State lose. Please.
Can we talk?
Do it, please.
We don't need. I hate doing this with prediction, but I truly believe you're not being a troll. I truly believe you think the score is going to be 27-14. Can you go into why you think Ohio State will score 27 points?
I think they run the ball over and over and over again. I think they.
So you think they get it done on the ground? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I can see a path they get to 27 points. Obviously, I picked them to score 24, so that's only one more field goal. I do not think it'll be through the ground. I think it'll be through the air. I think Jeremiah Smith. I think their number of tight ends. I think it's if they're gonna score 27 points, I think it's through explosive pass plays. I don't think it's through 6, 8, 9 play running drives. I really don't think. Not against this rushing defense.
I think Will Howard runs for over 75 yards.
The Jalen Walker disrespect, man. There's no way.
No, it's not disrespect. It's just for some reason in the
number one rush defense in the country, you think is going to get picked apart?
No, I don't think it's going to be picked apart. I think he's going to lead the team in rushing. I just don't think I think it's going to be a slog of a game.
Now, I can see IU only scoring 14 points. I can see that because how many touchdowns did Nebraska and Penn State put up?
I think Ryan Day is trying to replicate the Michigan model from last year because he's incapable of a unique or organic thought. And he thinks that he's going to be able to prove how tough Ohio State is. And IU is just this upstart team. And big boy come through, big boy run over. You get out my way.
Try it.
I'm just saying that's what I think his philosophy is. I'm not saying that's what
I'm not saying the score could. And Vegas thinks this. If you look at,
I'm right on the.
Vegas thinks it's going to be your score, right? I just don't think it's done the way you think it's going to be done. And I don't see
that's fair.
Any way that can be how they get to 27.
Okay, we'll fight later.
Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter and Instagram at Happy Hour IUFB. Be sure to download, rate, review, and follow on all of our platforms. Join us next time as we tell you why we cried, good or bad. Until then, cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.